خانواده‌های عزیز, Honorable Prime Minister, Minister, Leader of the Opposition, distinguished guests, dear friends and colleagues. 3 years ago on this day, just before the break of dawn, over the skies of Tehran, many dreams were turned into ashes. Families eager to greet their loved ones with flowers at the airport would instead place flowers on their graves. Today, we honor those precious lives. We remember them because those who live on in our memory are not truly lost. They are like stars in distant galaxies that continue to shine long after their extinction. I express my heartfelt condolences to the families. Your loved ones are our loved ones. از صمیم قلب به خانواده‌های گرامی تسلیت میگویم. عزیزان شما عزیزان ما هستند. As we share your grief, we also witness the astonishing light of the human spirit shining in the darkness. Beneath the terrible anguish, the outpouring of love and compassion has been a fountain of healing and hope. And your dignity and resilience in the face of despair is an example for us all. Your lives have been shattered, yet you have organized and championed justice with relentless determination. Your moral leadership has become an inspiration for millions in Iran who seek a better future, a future in which human life is sacred, a future in which those in power respect the inherent rights of every human being. Have no doubt that history is on the side of those who seek righteousness. Even as you're full of sorrow, have no doubt that with unity of purpose, with a shared humanity, justice shall prevail. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes, greater, more powerful, more beautiful than before. در تاریکی ما شاهد نور شگفت انگیز بشریت هستیم. سرانجام عدالت پیروز می شود. ایران از خاکستر خود برخواهد خاست. I take this occasion, speaking in my personal capacity, to express heartfelt gratitude to the government and people of Canada for standing with the PS752 families, and indeed standing with the people of Iran as they struggle for freedom and justice. Thank you in particular for giving me the honor of and privilege of serving the families in their quest for truth and justice. We have come very far, but there is still a long way to go. Your unwavering commitment is deeply reassuring. Je vous remercie, Monsieur le Premier ministre, Madame la ministre des Affaires étrangères et le conseiller spécial Ralph Goodale pour votre soutien indispensable. Thank you for your leadership. Je voudrais également remercier l'équipe juridique d'Affaires mondiales Canada pour leur travail acharné sur cette affaire. It is not lost on us Iranian Canadians that in our country of origin, many of us would be in the torture chambers of the Islamic Republic or sentenced to death before the revolutionary courts. We are proud citizens of Canada. We celebrate the home that has welcomed us, but we cannot turn our back on our brothers and sisters who suffer in Iran. In their protests against the murder of Mahsa Amini and countless others, in their chants of woman, life, liberty, we hear a cry that cannot go unanswered. Zan, zendegi, azadi. The sympathy and solidarity of fellow Canadians has been a defining moment in understanding what it means to belong to this great nation. Exile is a longing to belong, an emotional space that we confuse with a physical place. In this exemplary expression of sympathy, we truly feel at home among our Canadian family. I also thank sincerely the governments of Sweden and the United Kingdom for their support. And I take this opportunity to express my special appreciation to the government of Ukraine. Despite confronting a horrific war of aggression, it has stayed the course in pursuit of accountability. Madam Ambassador Yulia Kovalev, we stand with the righteous struggle of your people for liberation. Slava Ukraini. The appalling scenes of violence that we witness in the world today are a fundamental challenge to the rule of international law, to the sacred principles enshrined in the Charter of the United Nations. Holding Iran accountable for the intentional destruction of Flight PS752 is an important, indeed a historic step forward in eradicating the culture of impunity that has allowed terror and tyranny to prevail for so long. But we cannot stop there, because the list of atrocities is very long. We must stand with all the victims of this murderous regime. It is time to put an end to these atrocities once and for all. In recent times, there have been promising developments. On July 14th of last year, the Stockholm District Court in Sweden sentenced Hamid Nouri to life imprisonment for his role in the mass execution of thousands of political prisoners in 1988. Nouri was assisting the so-called Death Commission, whose members included Ebrahim Raisi, the current president of the Islamic Republic. On November 24th, furthermore, the United Nations Human Rights Council established the first ever fact-finding mission for Iran, with a mandate to identify those most responsible for crimes against humanity. This movement for accountability reflects the will of the Iranian people. They will no longer allow their voices to be silenced. Thousands have joined us today in Iran and across the world to demand justice. The tide has turned, and it should serve as a warning for those with so much blood on their hands. Our message is clear. Stop the executions. Stop the torture. Stop killing children in the streets. We know who you are, and soon you will face the consequences of your actions. You will be brought to justice, whether in The Hague or before the courts of a democratic Iran. زمستان است ولی همه جا بوی بهار می آید. به امید روزی که به جای سوگواری در غربت در ایران آزاد با هم جشن بگیریم. Thank you.